Howdy Rail fans. My name is Greg and I started this YouTube channel when I was about 12 years old. I grew up in the Chicagoland area surrounded by rail action, and to a young kid that was an adventure. I'd grab my bike and head to different locations, find a safe spot trackside and just wait for whatever came through. My parents probably didn't fully understand why I was so fascinated by trains, but they went along with it anyways, and I'm grateful they did. It's a hobby most people do not fully understand, and some might even find it a little odd. And over the years, I've definitely gotten a few questionable looks for standing by the tracks with a camera. But if you love something, you love it. And back then it was simple. You hit record, you capture the moment. And those moments were uploaded to YouTube on a channel called MetroCab 123. Honestly, I didn't put much thought into the name. I was just 12 years old. It was just a username YouTube allowed me to use. 1,000+ videos later, several hundred subscribers, and yeah, those early videos probably weren't the greatest, mediocre at best, but they were real and they were consistent and they were the foundation of this channel. Through this hobby, I've met incredible people, made lasting friendships, built memories I still reflect on today. And life picked up speed. Careers were built, responsibilities stacked up, and becoming an adult was a thing. Uploads became inconsistent, not because my passion had disappeared, but because my time got tighter. Recently, I went back and watched these old videos, and I noticed something. Time is changing. The locomotives, the equipment, new power, scenes that once felt permanent aren't anymore. And a decade plus flies by faster than you think. I fully understand that saying now. Time flies when you're having fun. 10, 20, 30 years from now, everything we see today will look different. Railroads evolve, moments disappear, and if we don't document that, it's gone forever. So I made the decision to make some time again, not just for the nostalgia, but for preservation, because one day these videos might be the only record of what once was. MetroCab 123 was the beginning, but this chapter has intention behind it. So I'd like to formally welcome you to Main Track 1. It's an unseasonably warm day here this February, and I'm driving east on Lake Cook Road into Barrington. I decided to make my way over to the former EJ&E right-of-way, now the Canadian National Easton sub. As I make my way over, I hear a faint radio traffic on the scanner from the CN dispatcher in Homewood. It was too hard to make out. Upon arriving to the west side of the tracks, I noticed that I got a red board for the signals, which means nothing from the south is coming up, but that doesn't mean anything from the north isn't either. I decided to make my way over to the Harvard Subdivision just to see what the signals might show. And Eureka, an outbound Metro led by F40PH-2 164. In the distance, I can see a diverging clear signal indication, meaning they're moving one train from one track to another. This isn't typical of any inbound metro, so something told me this had to be a freight. Boy, I'm sure glad I trusted my gut on that one. This is train symbol GSH DMX, bound for Mexico. Leading the charge is a GE AC4460CW paired with an AC44CW. Freight traffic on the Harvard sub is usually light, usually grain trains to and from Evansville, Wisconsin, and they're only when needed. There's no set schedule, so when something moves here, you kind of pay attention. Bringing up the rear is a GE AC44CWCTE as DPU. Heavy horsepower for a long run south. I made my way back to the J because I heard on the scanner there's a northbound with track authority. Crew decided to report to the dispatcher that there was trespassers on the tracks.
48.7, they're walking south. One's wearing brown tweed, one's wearing gray tweed. Male, female, they both had gray hair. I think they're going to step back on the rail and we're clear. One had brown pants, one had gray pants, both gray hair, male and female. Southbound at Wilmamba. 48.7, and they were actually jackets. sorry. One had a brown jacket, one had gray jacket. Both gray hair walking southbound right by Barrington there.
Rail traffic through Barrington has increased significantly since they bought it from EJ&E Railway. This rail line can see up to 20 to 30 plus trains a day heading to the Waukesha sub north to Wisconsin.
MP 4H.7.
With increased rail traffic on now the former EJ&E, the village moved forward with the full grade separation project. Construction began in 2024 and the project is expected to be completed in 2026. When finished, trains will move overhead while vehicles pass below, continuing Barrington's effort to modernize rail crossings and keep traffic flowing. Constant changes on the railroad, and that's why it's important we document them. Now, seeing grain trains on the Harvard Subdivision isn't all that rare, but daylight runs, specifically in February, aren't all that common. So seeing them is kind of a nice treat, especially on a lackluster freight subdivision like the Harvard Subdivision is. I want to thank every single one of you that's watching. If you could comment, I'll try to do my best to respond back to you. If you can subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that as we get the channel going. If there's anywhere or anything that you feel that we should cover, I would like to hear about it. Feel free to give me an email or go ahead and give me another comment as well. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you trackside.